Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki, Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mahani ki, Vishnu Shankadev Bhagwan ki, Gaur Premanande. Readings from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 2, Hiranyakashipu, the King of the Demons. Today we will see text number 44. Before getting into the text, we'll chant the auspicious invocation prayers. We'll chant, please try to repeat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Suyagyo Nanuvayam Shete Suyagyo Nanuvayam Shete Mudhayam Manusochata Mudhayam Manusochata Yashrota Yo Anuvekteha Yashrota Yo Anuvekteha Sanadrishyate Karhichit Sanadrishyate Karhichit Suyagyo Nanuvayam Shete Mudhayam Manusochata Yashrota Yo Anuvekteha Sanadrishyate Karhichit Suyagyo Nanuvayam Shete Mudhoyam Manusochata Yashrotayo Nuvakteha Sanadrishyeta Karhichita Suyagyo Nanuvayam Shete Mudhayam Manusochata Yashrotayo Nuvakteha Sanadrishyeta Karhichita सुयज्ञो ननो वयं सेते मूढायं मनुसोचता यश्रोतायोनुवक्तेह स न दृश्यते कर्हिचित् माताजी सुयज्ञो ननो वयं सेते मूढायं मनुसोचता यश्रोतायोनुवक्तेह स न दृश्येत कर्हिचित् Suyagyaha, the king named Suyagya. Nano, indeed, I am this. Shete, lies. Mudaha, O foolish people. Yam, whom? Anusochata, you cry for. Yaha, he who. Shrota, the hearer. Yaha, he who. Anuvakta, the speaker. Iha, in this world. Saha, he. Na, not. Drishyate, is visible. Karihichit, at any time. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charananda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Okay, translation, please repeat. Yamaraja continued, O lamenters, you're all fools. The person named Suyagya, for whom you lament, is still lying before you and has not gone anywhere. Then what is the cause of your lamentation? Previously he heard you and replied you, but now, not finding him, you are lamenting. This is contradictory behavior, for you have never seen the person within the body who heard you and replied. There is no need for your lamentation, for the body you have seen, for the body you have always seen is lying here. Purport. This instruction by Yamaraj in the form of a boy is understandable even for a common man. A common man who considers the body the self is certainly comparable to an animal. Yasyatma buddhi kunapeti dhaduke sayeva gokraha. But even a common man can understand that after death a person is gone. Although the body is still there, the dead man's relatives lament that person has gone away. For a common man sees that body but cannot see the soul. As described in Bhagavad Gita, Dehino asmin yata dehe. The soul, the proprietor of the body, is within. After death, when the breath within the nostrils have stopped, no one can understand that the person within the body who was hearing and replying has now gone. One can understand. Therefore, in effect, the common man concludes that actually the spirit soul was different from the body and has now gone away. Thus, even a common man coming to his senses can know that the real person who was within the body and was hearing and replying was never seen. For that which was never seen, what is the need for lamentation? Hari Om Tat Sat. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोन् श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्य Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shurnavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangalangayati Grim Nikpatamaham Mande Shri Gurum Diritaranam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Mishwaram Kathanchana Smrite Yasmin Duskaram Sukaram Bhavet Vismrite Pritam Syat Sri Chaitanyam Namamitam Suyagya Nanvayam Shete Mudhaya Manusochata Yashrota Nanu Yonavakteha Sanadrisheta Karhichite. The Emiraj continued, O lamenters, you are all fools. The person named Suyagya, for whom you lament, is still lying before you and has not gone anywhere. Then what is the cause of your lamentation? Previously, he heard you and replied you, but now, not finding him, you are lamenting. This is contradictory behavior, for you have never actually seen the person within the body who heard you and replied. There is no need for you for your lamentation, for the body you have always seen is lying here. So, this is a very interesting portion in Srimad Bhagavatam where we are getting some very nice lessons on Atma Jnana or the science of the soul from a most unlikely source, which is a demon, Hiranyakashipu. So, from this, we can very clearly understand that having the knowledge that I am not this body, I am a spirit soul, is definitely not sufficient. With this knowledge, we can also become a great demon. So, even though this knowledge that I am not a body, I am a spirit soul, or I am something spiritual, I am a Brahmavastu, this is a very important knowledge, but it is not sufficient knowledge. It is not sufficient knowledge. The most important knowledge is the knowledge to actually understand that I am servant of Krishna. This is the most important knowledge. This constitutes the core essence of knowledge. What constitutes Vidya? What constitutes Vidya? In Ishopanishad, there is a nice discussion on what is Vidya and what is Avidya. Avidya means knowledge which leads to ignorance. Vidya means knowledge which leads to liberation. So there's a good discussion, the three shlokas in Ishopanishad, which are discussing in depth about what is Vidya and what is Avidya. So therefore, the first shloka in that series, it is saying that it is very nice that there is Vidya, there is Avidya, uh, and this Vidya, the Avidya is going to lead to ignorance, but the so-called Vidya is more dangerous than Avidya. Uh, Ishopanishad is saying the so-called Vidya is more dangerous than Avidya. So why should so-called Vidya be more dangerous than Avidya? Because that so-called Vidya, which seems to be based on Vedic literature, it is actually more dangerous because it is not leading us to Krishna. It's not leading us to Krishna. So therefore, Ishopanishad is giving us very strict warning. It's very strict warning that we should not be deceived by the so-called Vidya, which is knowledge of impersonalism, which is without the knowledge of Krishna. So then, therefore, we can actually understand when Krishna is saying Vedesya Sarver Ahameva Vedyo, we can understand the importance of that statement. Of course, definitely we should understand that we are not this body. Definitely we should understand this, that we are not this body, because without understanding this fact that we are not this body, we cannot make any spiritual progress. That is true. But just understanding that we are not this body is going to put us in very dangerous position. What is the dangerous position? The dangerous position is that we can start thinking that I am God, or we can start thinking that there is no God. Because everything is spiritual, everything is Brahman, so that means there is no God. So, this idea of competing with God cannot be removed simply by understanding that we are not this body. So, therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave us the process by which we can actually engage ourselves in service of Krishna. Whether we understand that we are not this body or we are this body, this is a secondary proposition. The primary proposition is that we should actually engage in service of Krishna. So therefore, Mahaprabhu did not wait for Atmajnana to come. Rather, he promoted this idea that I should consider myself a servant of Krishna by promoting the Sankirtana movement. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So when we are chanting the holy name, we are requesting the divine couple to engage us in their service. This is the most important thing, because this service includes Atma Jnana. This service includes Atma Jnana. This service includes everything. It includes Atma Jnana, it includes Atma Sakshatkar, it includes everything. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, Pavitramidam Uttamam, Pratyakshavagaman Dharmyam, Susukam Kartum Avyamam. He's saying Pratyakshavagaman Dharmyam means that you can actually practically understand by chanting the holy name, we can actually practically understand that we are not this body. We don't have to go through theory. Don't have to go through theory. When we serve Krishna, when we try to engage our body, mind, and words in the service of Krishna, by such service, we can actually understand that I am not this body, I am a spirit soul. Because such service will give us a type of happiness which we have never experienced in the bodily platform. It will give us a type of satisfaction and happiness which we have never experienced in the bodily platform. And because of that satisfaction and happiness, we can slowly understand that there is something which is beyond what this body can offer. The body can offer pleasure, there is no doubt about it. The body can offer pleasure, but that pleasure which body can offer is always mixed with pain. There is no bodily pleasure which is not mixed with pain. The bodily pleasure is always combined with pain. They both are twins. Bodily pleasure and bodily pain, they are twins. They cannot be separated from each other. It is only an illusion to think that the bodily pleasure can be availed without bodily pain. Anything which is pleasurable in this material world, in order to obtain that, one has to go through misery. Uh, this is what is seen, and it is repeatedly pointed out in Srimad Bhagavatam. Repeatedly pointed out. When in the third canto, when Vidura and Maitreya are speaking, they are saying Shulla Sukaya Dukkam Mahat. Sulla Sukaya Dukkam Mahat means what? In order to experience a disproportionately low grade happiness, you have to go through a disproportionately high grade pain in the material world. This is the nature of the material world. And one cannot avoid this. By any program, we cannot avoid this. No program is there to avoid this. Every program will, in the material world, will give us pain. That is why Prahlad Maharaj is saying, Yasmat Priya Priya Viyoga Samyoga Janma Shokatnina Sakalayonishu Dahyamanaha Dukka Aushadam Tadapi Dukkam Adadyaham Bhuman Pramami Vadame Tavadasya Yogam. He is saying that in this material world, there are only four situations possible. In this whole material world, with all its glitz and glamour, there are only four situations possible. The whole material life can be reduced to four possible situations. What are the four possible situations? Viyoga, Samyoga. Huh? So, what does that? Viyoga, Samyoga means separation and coming together. What we are getting separated, what we are getting separated from and what we are coming together. Huh? Priya, Apriya. Priya means what we like. Apriya means what we don't like. Either we are coming together with what we like, then we consider this as happiness, or we are separated from what we don't like. We consider that also as happiness. So, or we are coming together with what we don't like, that is considered as distress, or we are going away from what we like, that is considered as distress. So, in this material world, the whole material world can be summed up into these four interactions only. There is no more interaction in this material world. So, it is as simple as that. So, what is the result of this? Because we cannot be continuously associated with what we like in this material world. Why we cannot be continuously associated with what we like? Because if you are continuously associated with what we like, it will become something which we don't like. This is the nature of the material world. A man takes so much pleasure, so much pain. A man takes so much effort, so much pain, simply to you can simply to get married. You see the effort of a man to get married. 21 years, 22 years, he goes to different institutions, different school, college, that, this, and then he studies, he gets one degree, and then he goes running like a dog here and there, and then gets one job, and then earns some money, and after he earns some money, he try to get some prestige, and according to that prestige, he wants to get some wife. So much of effort to get one wife. Okay. After he gets married, then both of them are fighting with each other like cats and dogs. Hmm? And then they require counselor, that seller, this seller. Uh, and then they are coming and saying that, oh, we are fighting. Please, can you make some counseling for us? Array, why did you go through so much of difficulty just to fight? Huh? Because we already got it. We already got it. And we know it is going to be there for a long time. So therefore it becomes source of trouble. So the very nature of this material world is that even if we are associated with something which we like, so called which we like, for a long time, it will become something which we don't like. Hmm? One gulab jamun is good, 100 gulab jamun, not good. Hmm? Somebody gives me one gulab jamun, I am very happy. But if somebody put 100 gulab jamun, one after other, eat Prabhu, eat Prabhu, eat Prabhu, then I think this guy wants to torture me. Huh? So therefore, it's very simple. It's very simple. Same thing with everything. And the second important aspect of this material world is that nothing is permanent. Even if you like something, it will not be permanently there with you. Even if you don't like something, it will not be permanently separated from you. It will come back to you. Come and say, hi, I am there. And you have to be with it. There's no choice. There's no choice. So therefore, Prahlad Maharaj very intelligently is saying that I have observed every living entity in every body is going through the same thing. Because he saw the demigods were really enjoying. They're really enjoying. Till when? Till his father came. When his father came, the demigod's life became so miserable that it was better to be an ordinary man who is nobody. Because ordinary man who is nobody generally doesn't get disturbed by big demons. So he's just living his life. He's just going on. All this Indra, Chandra, their life becomes so much miserable when this Hiranyakashipu came. Hmm? So therefore, making very intelligent observation that no body is immune from this. No body is immune from this. He is saying, Shokagnina Sakala Yonishu Dahyamana. Not that one position is better than the other. Sometimes we think, oh, Bangalore is so bad. Let me go to Mayapur. Mayapur is so nice. Hmm? Or we think, okay, let me go to America. America is so nice. I went to America. I found life is very hellish there. Hmm? One devotee from America, he was talking to me. How was your American trip? He asked me. I spoke to him for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, he said, Prabhu, I think I should leave America and come to Mayapur. The way you are explaining America, it looks like I am living a very hellish life. I didn't understand for 20, 25 years. I never understood that I am actually living such a hellish life here. Hmm? So, so I said, I am a third party. I am coming from village. For me, the life which you live looks like life which is worse than the cow in Mayapur. So why will I live this life? Anyway, I have to go there because my duty has taken me there. But as a human being, it is very difficult to live there, I say. Hmm? But anyway, the point is, but somebody think it's an American dream, no? This English phrase called American dream. Hmm? That people want to go to America. People want to live the dream. And those who are living the dream are dying every day. Hmm? So the point is that in the material world, with the experience of body, there is no happiness. Happiness is there, but that happiness is bundled with misery. To understand that is intelligence. To understand this is intelligence. So therefore, in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is giving the same advice to Arjuna. What he is telling Arjuna, Arjuna, your concerns about having bodily happiness means also mental. Because this is one is gross body, the other one is central body. Okay. So when we say body, we should automatically think that mind is also included in that. Because in the material world, we have made a big deal about the mind. Hmm. We think that body is body, mind is mind. But it is not like that. They both are two different types of body. Both are two different types of body. Sometimes even devotees have difficulty in understanding this. Somehow or other they figure out that I am not this body means I am not this physical body. But they don't have this understanding that when I say I am not this body, when Prabhupada is telling us repeatedly, you are not this body, you are not this body, they don't understand that we are not this mind also. We are not this mind also. They don't understand this. So they are still associating with the thoughts of the mind. And foolishly thinking, we are thinking whatever this stupid mind is thinking, we are thinking this is my thought. Arey, what is my thought? This is mind's thought. Mind is thinking something because mind is duty is to think. It is designed like that. Mind is designed to create so many thoughts, but doesn't mean that all those thoughts are mine. Hmm? So it is said in Bhagavad Gita. What Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, he is saying that Prakritim Purusham Chaiva Vidyanadi Ubhavapi. Prakritim Purusham Chaiva, what is saying? Vidyanadi Ubhavapi. And that means the Prakriti and Purusha, for time immemorial, they are united with each other. What is the result of this? What is the result of this? Viharam cha gunan seva karanam prakriti sambhavan. Hmm? He's saying this very clearly that whatever mental speculation you are going through is simply a function of this material nature with which you are associated with. It's got nothing to do with you. Got nothing to do with you. You as a person is far off from your mind. And this mind simply out of the association with three modes, Purusha Prakriti Stohi, Bhunte Prakriti Jan Gunan, Karanam Guna Sango se Sad Asad Yoni Janmashu. Very important shlokas to understand. When we want to understand that we are not this body, when we want to understand that we are not this mind, we should very carefully study these shlokas. Because Krishna is telling for us that, see, this association with the mind, which is caused by the three modes of material nature, this is simply putting you here and there, and you are suffering like anything for nothing. Really, it is for nothing we are suffering. So, therefore, it is very important to understand that the mental process and to myself, we have no connection. Mind may see something through the senses, and mind may like something. Dhayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu bhajayate. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. This is natural. This is natural. Because that is how the whole setup is. The whole setup of the material world is like this only. It is a natural process. I see gulab jamun, I know about gulab jamun, I like gulab jamun. Right? This association is naturally caused. Is naturally caused. By whom? By the three modes of material nature. But a person who understands that I am not this mind, he actually brings intelligence into picture. Then he is thinking whether I should eat this gulab jamun or not. He's thinking, he's creating a doubt that mind likes gulab jamun, but is it ready for consumption? Can I eat this gulab jamun? Is it my quota? Isavasyam idam sarvam, yatkinche jagatyam jagat, tena tektena bhunjita. Tena tektena bhunjita. If gulab jamun is your quota, you eat it. Otherwise, if it is not your quota, you have taken somebody else's quota. Ma grida kasya svidhanam. Very strict warning. Ma grida kasya svidhanam. Don't encroach into another person's quota. So intelligence has to come into picture, which is based on Krishna consciousness. So the point which I'm trying to make is that we have to understand that we are not this body, we are not this mind. If we don't understand these two things, we will always be lamenting. Like here also, Yamaraj is telling that why are you lamenting, you foolish people? Mudha, you foolish people, why are you lamenting? Same thing Krishna is telling Arjuna in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. He is showing Asochayan, Annasochastam, Pragyavadam Shabhasase, Gatasam, Agatasam Sha, Nanusochanti Panditaha. Nanusochanti Panditaha. A person who is Pandita, who is really learned, he does not lament for the body or the mind. He does not lament for the body or the mind because anyway it is not his. Why he should lament for it? Nanasochanti Panditaha. So it's a very important point which Krishna is making, which Yamaraj is making, that what is worth lamenting, what is not worth lamenting. We have to lament. That is true. But what is worth lamenting? What is worth lamenting? What is worth lamenting? That is given in Sikshastakam. Ainanda Taruja Kinkaram Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Budau Krupaya Tavapada Pankaja Stitaduli Sadrasham Vichintaya. This is worth lamenting. Oh Krishna, I am your servant. You see my situation. I am stuck in this body. I am stuck in this mind. I am stuck with these three modes. I am stuck in this material nature. What I am going to do? How did I get stuck here? How can I get out of this place? Can I please find some place somewhere at your lotus feet? Is it possible? Is there some space there? Can I get some space? This is worth lamenting. This is worth lamenting. Anyway, we have to lament. Either we have to lament for the body or we have to lament for the mind. And both of them, lamentation is there. The whole people are lamenting, everybody is lamenting, you see. People are lamenting in different ways. So better we lament very intelligently. This is called Vidya. This is called Vidya. Intelligent lamentation should be there, not unintelligent lamentation. We have to cry, we have to shed tears. Like here, Suyagya is dead, so therefore his wife and his mother they are crying. So crying is inevitable in this material world. So crying is inevitable in this material world. Mm. You cannot stop yourself from crying. But your tears are very valuable. Our tears are very valuable. That tears for whom we are going to shed. Are we going to shed those tears for a bag which is made of kapha, vata and pitta? Or are we going to shed those tears for certain mental concoction? Or are we going to shed the tears for Krishna? Very valuable. श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, करुणिताय जी की, नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, शिल प्रभुपाद की. So very valuable tears, but for whom we are going to shed? We are shedding our tears for the sake of our misfortune. That is why we cry. Every time we cry, we think that there is some misfortune. That's why we are crying, right? But our problem is that we don't really understand what is our misfortune. That is our problem. Our problem is that we don't understand what is our misfortune. We think that what experience has come to the body and mind is our misfortune. Sometimes we think what experience which has come to body is misfortune because body is giving so much pain, then we have to cry. Oh, this body is paining so much. Oh, we have to cry. Or sometimes we think that the pain which is caused to the mind is misfortune. Because then someone who is very close to us, either they hurt us or they leave us or whatever happens. So then it becomes a mental pain. So then we cry because we think that this is our misfortune. But what is the real misfortune? The real misfortune is not the pain which comes to the body, nor the pain which comes to the mind. That is not the real misfortune. The real misfortune is that we are having a body and mind. That is the misfortune. That is the real misfortune. So that we should try to understand. Not that it comes to the body and mind is misfortune. That very fact that we are having a body and mind is our misfortune. We are a spirit soul. We are a spirit soul. By nature, we are happy. By nature, we are happy. Sachidananda Vigraha. Krishna is saying very nicely in Bhagavad Gita, Na jayate mriyate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita vana bhuyaha ajo nitya shasvato ayam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Many of us know this shloka. But how many of us have meditated on each and every word of this shloka? Na jayate means that we are not born. That means happy birthday is already over. In one word, your most important milestone celebration in your life is wiped out. Right? It's such a stupid thing to celebrate birthday. Na jayate, I am never born. How can I celebrate birthday? You see, how ignorance has seeped into us. You have to understand this. How ignorance has seeped into us that we think we should celebrate birthday. And then we tell each other happy birthday and cut some cake. Cake is always good. Yesterday also Mataji gave me 2 cake. Cake is always good. But birthday is not good. Why? Na jayate. Na jayate. Very important. See, one word, it can change the whole way of our thinking. If we care to meditate on that word, if we care to meditate on that one word properly, it can actually change our whole way of thinking. But do we care? We care to memorize the shloka, which is good. We should memorize the shloka. It's not bad. It's good. But at least we have memorized the shloka. It's much better than those people who don't know this shloka. Much better than people who don't know the shloka. We are much better off. But is it good enough? It is good, but is it good enough? Na jayate. Na jayate. In one word, Krishna has destroyed the illusion of this whole world. I am born. I have become young man. I have become old man. I am going to die. Mriyate, na mriyate. You're not going to die. You're not going to die. Become fearless of death. You're not going to die. And kadachit, never, never. Nayam bhutva bhavita vana bhuyaha. Very, very important sentence. Very, very important sentence. Why very important sentence? Because in this material world, we are always thinking in terms of past, present, and future. We cannot even think without past, present, and future in this material world. One day I will go to Goloka. Means what? Future tense. Means what? Future tense. So everything in this material world is simply guided, governed, and controlled by time factor. So much so that even the greatest of atheists has to accept that time factor is formidable. Nobody can overcome time factor. Nobody can overcome time factor. Everybody has to accept that time factor is formidable. Modern scientist, great atheist, everybody has to accept time factor. Nobody can deny time factor. Everybody has to act, think, and work in terms of time factor. It has become such a formidable force in our life that we cannot do anything without it. And Krishna is saying, you have got nothing to do with it, man. Such a powerful realization that as a spirit soul, I am not subject to time factor. I am not subject to time factor. But do we apply our intelligence to understand these things? No. We just na jayate mriyate kadachin nayam bhutva bhavitavana bhuya ajorite sasuka emperor manyate nima. No. Krishna is saying something. He's saying something very powerful. He's saying something very valuable. अरे सेकंड चैप्टर है क्या है सेकंड चैप्टर है हम लोग तो 7th 9th चैप्टर में है तुम क्या सेकंड चैप्टर में स्टक हो गया है ये तो बच्चों का खेल है नो very important to understand this. Otherwise, you know what will happen? That we will go through the motions of Krishna consciousness, and going through the motions of Krishna consciousness has its own advantage. There's no disadvantage in that. But we will not fully utilize the gift of Krishna consciousness. Okay. You can use a forklift to lift a pencil. Right? Is it wrong to use a forklift to lift a pencil? It is both right and wrong. It is right because a forklift can lift a pencil. But do you require a forklift to lift a pencil? You definitely don't require a forklift to lift a pencil. So, you have something which is so powerful. If you are simply lifting pencil with that, then it is not very intelligent. So, you have something which is so powerful. If you are simply trying to get some mental peace with that, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I read Bhagavad Gita, I feel peaceful. Not worth it. Not worth it. Because Bhagavad Gita is meant to make you feel for Krishna, not to just feel peaceful. Because that peace, which is just on mental platform, that peace is just on mental platform, it will not stay for long time. It will not stay for long time. Real peace, Krishna gives peace formula. What is the peace formula? Bhoktaram Yajatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Sugridam Sarvabhutanam Nyatva Mam Shanti Mrichati. Bhoktaram Yajatapasam. Very powerful shloka. Very, very powerful shloka. Of course, every shloka in Bhagavad Gita is very powerful. But we should try to understand those shlokas. We should try to understand the shlokas. We should try to see what Krishna is trying to say for our benefit. What Krishna is trying to say for our benefit. He's saying, Krishna is saying, you are beyond time factor. Ajo, unborn. Again he is saying, no birthday. Ajaha, unborn. Nityaha, Shashvataha. Ayam Puranaha. Ayam Puranaha. The association with Krishna is for a very old association. Ayam Puranaha. Nahanyate hanyamane sharire. Very. So therefore, um, in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, in the first shloka to Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada actually explains how to study Bhagavad Gita. You know what the word he uses? Ah, Prabhupada says that one should scrutinizingly study. What does that mean? Scrutinizingly study. What does that mean? That means we should try to understand each and every word. We should try to understand each and every word. What it means to me. Every word of Bhagavad Gita, what it means to me. And what influence it can have in the way I conduct my life. What influence this word can have in the way I conduct my life. This is called scrutinizing. This is called scrutinizing. Scrutinizingly we should study. And try to understand the concept that we are not this body. Very important concept. If we try to figure out this concept, 90% of our problem will get solved. But the most important point is not to simply understand that we are not this body, but to actually understand I am servant of Krishna. Gopi Bhartahu Padakamalayur Dasa Dasanu Dasaha. Krishna is Mahaprabhu is saying. So therefore, Mahaprabhu has given us the most easiest way to understand that we are not this body. What is the most easiest way to understand we are not this body? To simply beg for service. That's the most easiest way to understand this. That is what Hare Krishna Mahamantra is all about. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When we chant the mantra, we beg for service. And when we engage in that service, because if we beg for service, we'll get service. No. Krishna is very merciful. If we are begging for service, then Krishna will give us service. So when we take up that service and then when we do that service, then we can experience a type of happiness which is not experienced in the bodily and mental platform. That type of happiness which is not part of the experience of the bodily platform, that is also not part of the mental platform. So we'll experience that type of happiness. So when we experience that type of happiness, that happiness is meant to make us thoughtful. Is meant to make us thoughtful. That if this is what I am supposed to experience, then what am I trying to do with my life? Then how can I make every aspect of my life conducive in such a way that I can increasingly experience this happiness? How can I make every aspect of my life conducive in such a way that we can do that? So yesterday we had Advaita Acharya's appearance day. So Advaita Acharya, he is teaching Advaya Jnana. What is Advaya Jnana? It is told in Bhagavatam in the first canto. In the second chapter, this Advaya Jnana has been explained. What is that? Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yadjnanam advayam. Brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavan iti shabdyate. So there is the supreme absolute truth is known in the three phases as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So what does that mean for us? It's about Krishna. What does it mean for us? It means that it this realization of knowing Krishna in his three features of Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan, it helps us to connect ourselves closely to Krishna within the atmosphere which we are in. What is the atmosphere we are in? The atmosphere we are in is the body which is made of the five elements, which is the gross body, and the subtle body which is made of three elements. This is the atmosphere into which the soul has been placed. The soul is in bodily atmosphere. So, when we understand that the supreme absolute truth is known as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan, then by that understanding, then we can actually understand the nature of our atmosphere. That everything is sustained by Brahman. Everything is sustained by Brahman. And everything is controlled by Paramatma. Everything is controlled by Paramatma. And that which is sustained by Brahman and that which is controlled by Paramatma is meant for realization of Bhagavan. Clear? That which is sustained by Brahman and that which is controlled by Paramatma is simply a facility for realizing Bhagavan. When we don't understand this, then what happens? Then we try to think that I will become Brahman. I will become Brahman. Or we tend to think that I will become the controller. I will replace the Paramatma. The Jnanis are thinking that I will become Brahman. The yogis are thinking that I will replace Paramatma. So, this way, the Jnanis are also cheated, the yogis are also cheated. So, therefore, this understanding of Advaya Jnana, the non difference of everything which is manifested from Krishna, in the sense that everything is connected to Krishna, this is called Advaya Jnana. So, then what we do is that we take this knowledge and apply it in our day to day life. How to apply this in day to day life is simply we have to see that all my activities I am doing for 24 hours. I am doing so many activities. Then how can I make all these activities connected to Krishna? I have to figure out that. I need to figure out what? How can I make all these activities which I am doing for 24 hours, how can I make it connected to Krishna? I need to figure out that. So each and every person in his own life has different type of activities. So each person should figure out that how can I connect this activity to Krishna? How can I feel the gratitude for Krishna while going through the whole day's activities? How can I feel that gratitude to Krishna? Because Krishna is saying, Paurusham Rishu. What is saying? What does it mean? I am the ability in men. What does that mean? Whatever we are doing, the ability for doing that is coming from Krishna. So if whatever I am doing, if the ability for that is coming from Krishna, then should I not thank Krishna for whatever I am able to do? Should I not do that? Do we do that? Sometimes we may, sometimes we may not. Sometimes we may, sometimes we may not. Sometimes we want to take credit for what we are doing. Because that idea is there very strongly, it is there that I am the doer. I am the doer. We tend to take credit. Oh, I have put so much energy into this. Prabhuji, I have put so much energy into this. Do you know? Yes, sir. You have put so much energy into this. But where did the energy come from? Gama Vishya Bhutani Dharayami Ahamojasa. Krishna is saying that I am providing the energy for the movement of all these things which is immovable. His body is immovable. Body is immovable. That's why when body dies, dead body doesn't move. You require somebody to carry the dead body. So who has provided the energy for the movement of the body? Krishna is providing the energy for the movement of the body. He has somehow caused that association of the soul with the body. You think, no, it's a very strange association. The most strangest association in this world is the association of the soul with the body. This is the most funniest association. The most craziest association. Because the soul has got nothing to do with the body. The soul has got every characteristic which is against the body. The body has got nothing to do with the soul. And the body has got every characteristic which is against the soul. And they both are associated, and the soul is thinking, I am this body. So how did that happen? It happened by the energy of Krishna, which is called Maya. Maya Nama Mahabhaga. Bhagavatam. Vidura is saying, Maya Nama Mahabhaga. He's saying that, oh, powerful one, you are not the powerful one. Maya is very powerful. Because Maya causes that association. Maya causes that association. So, because of that association, the soul is able to vitalize and energize the body. So, therefore, this is meant for this realization that everything around me is simply moving because of Krishna's will, Krishna's mercy, Krishna's energy, Krishna's arrangement. So why I will not serve him? Why I will not serve him? I have to serve him. Because that is natural. That is natural. And when I do that service, why I will take credit? We should not take credit. We should give the credit to Guru and Krishna. So this way, um, lamentation in this material world is inevitable, but an intelligent person chooses what to lament for. Okay? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, any questions, comments? We're already late. I did notice. I think there should be a clock somewhere where the speaker can see. Yeah, I know, but it's like hiding in a tricky position. Sorry, I was in Mayapur. We are having clock here. So always you're looking at the clock. Okay, one question. Yes. I didn't tell that. Krishna is saying that. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Hmm. 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 So the point is that when Jadabharata is speaking to King Raghughana, okay, he is telling him three ways to control the mind. Okay. So the first way he is telling is that you please ignore the mind. The ignore mind can say many things. You just ignore the mind. Just tell the mind, shut up. Okay. I don't want to listen to you. I am ignoring you. Okay. So in that, Prabhupada actually says he adds two more ways. Prabhupada says that beat the mind with chappal and broom. So when mind is saying you are stupid, you tell the mind you are stupid. I'll beat you with chappal, man. Don't talk to me like this. Hmm. So Then the third point is very powerful point. So the mind should be controlled by the order of the spiritual master. It's a very powerful point. So, and this is the most easiest point also. So mind says, "Arey, you should know this. Without knowing this, you will become Buddhuraj." Yes, thank you, sir. But is it coming under the order of my spiritual master? No, if it is not coming under the order of my spiritual master, why I will know this? I don't have to know this. So therefore, it becomes very simple. It's not that nobody can know everything. Nobody can know everything. Some people are very expert in something, but they don't know anything about any other thing, right? So it's not that everybody knows everything. So in English, we have a very nice saying. What is that? Curiosity kills the cat. Curiosity kills the cat. So therefore, uh, uh, so cat. So no problem. So my point is that it's good to be curious, okay, but is that curiosity within the order of the spiritual master? That's something which we should always consider. If it is not within the order of the spiritual master, there's no need to get into it. There's no need to get into it. So these are three words, three ways he gives. One is ignore the mind, number one. And number two, beat the mind, give it some siksha, mana siksha, give some siksha. Okay. Third is that always keep the mind under the control of the order of the spiritual master. Mind is very order based. Mind is very order based. The moment mind understands the order, it will follow. Like for example, we don't go around naked in the street. Why? Why? Because it's an order based thing. A child can go around naked in the street. Nobody is going to object. But if we go around naked in the street, it's going to create a chaos. So it's an order based thing. What is that? Mind is very order based. So therefore, mind, the moment the rules are set, mind will follow the rules. So the most important rule we should set for ourselves is to strictly follow the order of the spiritual master. Then many things will become easy. Yeah. Okay, we'll stop here. Huh? One more. Huh? Yeah, those. Yeah, that's good. Those who have to leave, you please leave. Those who have. Oh, I have to leave also. This is very funny. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Last question. Okay. Sorry, I did notice the time. It became like a.
Sorry, Prabhuji, I'm
Yeah.
asking this question. Thank you. Prabhuji, how to understand that the Brahman is the sustainer and Paramatma is the controller? Because Paramatma we see generally understand as witness and the overseer.
Yeah, witness and overseer mean Upadrishta and Anumanta.
Anumanta,
Anumanta is the controlling function. Upadrishta is also means that he is overseeing everything. So the one who controls only oversee can oversee everything. That's how
and
it
how
is.
Brahman is sustaining everything.
Krishna is saying, no, Tadbrahma Nishkalam Anantam Ashesha Bhutam Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. That everything is sustained by Brahman, that bodily effulgence which comes from Krishna, that is what sustains the whole creation. Okay. So that's there. Krishna himself is saying, and in the Brahma Samhita it is there. So that's the sustaining energy. That energy of Brahman is actually makes everything happen. Yeah, the sustaining energy.
Is there a way to understand that concept, Prabhuji?
It's very easy to understand that light sustains everything. Like suppose there is no sunlight, what will happen? What will happen? What will happen to the world? No sunlight. What will happen? So light is the source of sustenance. Okay, and that is a transcendental light that sustains everything. And through the sunlight comes different forms. By combination of sunlight and action of sunlight comes different forms. Everything comes like that. So that's the source of sustenance. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So stop here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaura Premanande. Thank you very much.